don't dress like you think they do. They aren't buying Gucci belts, Saint Laurent bags, or Versace robes. The middle class is. Take a look at these 3 bags. 2 are from Walmart and 1 is from Louis Vuitton.
I see the middle.
Can you tell which one is the luxury brand?
Yeah, no,
Sure.
that shit goes hard.
It's easy when the LV logo is plastered all over it, but I lied. One of those other bags isn't from Walmart. It's actually a Birkin worth over $30,000.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Mainstream luxury fashion brands have trained us to believe that branding is everything, when in reality, most high-end products are really only status symbols for those that can't afford it. Real luxury hides in plain sight. If you've seen the show Succession, you're probably aware of how one character's featureless $625 cashmere hat helped popularize conversations regarding stealth wealth. While famous movie stars are often pictured in the regular designer brands that you've heard of, like Gucci and Balenciaga, many times they're paid to advertise it. The truly rich that aren't constantly in this
Chat, guys. Here are some thoughts. Okay, who cares about any of it? Who cares about any of this shit? Just do whatever you want to do. Guys, if you care about stealth wealth, it means you're not even that rich because you want to be stealth wealth. So it's always a ladder, because chat, all this is doing is showing that there are tiers to it, which means that if you abide by the highest tier, it means that there's a tier past it. It's like infinity is infinity. It's not infinity plus 1. I don't think you understand what I'm saying. There's always more, right? So by doing stealth wealth, imagine somebody who's like a billionaire. It's just thinking some guy who's like a 50 mil. He's like, oh, this is doing stealth wealth. Oh, I'm doing no wealth because I'm so wealthy, whatever. That's like the tier above it. Does that make sense?
spotlight
It's stupid.
have an entirely different kind of wardrobe, one based around
I think it's a good
minimalism,
take, yeah.
quality, and fit. For example, those plain gray t-shirts that Mark Zuckerberg wears,
They're
they
like
are
$500,
$400
yeah.
custom made from Brunello Cucinelli, yet to most people, it looks like it could be from Target. In fact, when the truly rich do wear traditional luxury brands such as Prada and Valentino, they have access to exclusive designs that hide their branding. When most people think of luxury items, they're often reminded of brands that have strong advertising and a recognizable logo or design. Whether that be a Rolex watch, a Lamborghini sports car, or Gucci flip-flops, they're all easily identifiable as luxurious.
That's right.
While billions of advertising dollars have been spent to ingrain that message into your mind, often they aren't the pinnacle of quality by any means. They are simply highly regarded as a status symbol.
No shit.
Like many other animals on Earth, we place value on status symbols as they can project value upon ourselves.
Guys,
Male peacocks use their colorful feathers to attract a mate. Penguins collect pebbles to prove
I'm not
their worth.
offended, chat.
And
Guys,
us humans
I know
purchase
all this.
douchey luxury
Guys,
goods.
Guys, this isn't a hit on anybody. Who the fuck cares? Guys, the reason so many people don't care, chat, is that everybody cares more. Too much. Why do people care? Just don't care.
It's all the same. Status symbols merely attempt to prove that their owner is valuable. The
Yo.
reason
I buy it. You talk about it, you get mad at me, but I don't get it. It makes you care, not me.
we don't
I don't
see
get
the
it.
ultra rich like Jeff Bezos
Why do you get mobbed by this
Gucci
shit then? Who
is
the fuck
because we
cares?
all know he's rich. He doesn't need to prove it. However, when you see your neighbor or coworker wearing a new designer outfit, you immediately begin to wonder about how they were able to afford it. Turns out, a lot of the time, they can't.
Nobody can. Chat.
What?
The reality is, this is actually very interesting.
They
chat.
can't.
And it's interesting. The reality, chat, is that nobody can. Wanna know why? Because that shit is luxury. Anything that is luxury, nobody can afford it. Because on paper, luxury is like something you buy when you have like disposable or too much of. And dude, even when you have a lot of money, you make a lot of money, you can't afford that. In the definition of the word, being able to afford something, not a lot of people can afford this shit, right? People still buy it because they're just dumb. It is dumb. Chat, if you're not making like in the fucking like 100,000s a year, right? Buying luxury is brain dead. Talk to any accountant that's worth their fucking pay grade, okay? Talk to any fucking anybody who does books and shit. Chat, it is a disaster. People buy luxury when they're not loaded up. It's true.
What'd you wear?
It is true.
Why'd you dress like that? Like that. What's you wearing? You look poor.
In places with great income inequality, those people with lower incomes live under significant social stress. Their lower position in the social hierarchy is more obvious and more consequential. In response, some people purchase the kinds of goods that create the impression that they have money to spare, even when they don't. Researchers examined Google search trends across the US and found that people in states with relatively high income inequality were more likely to search for luxury brands than those in other states. You can actually map this correlation, and you can see searches for luxurious brands like Ralph Lauren or items like fur vests have the same breakdown as did the map of income inequality. Despite what we think, that common luxury items are only purchased by the rich, it's actually the lower and middle class consumers that account for nearly half of the luxury goods market globally. People like to criticize those that overspend, yet they don't realize why people do it in the first place. For example, overpriced Air Jordan sneakers are popular amongst young African American men.
Chat. You guys don't try chat. You guys make fun of my shoes all the time. I wear brokey shoes. I do. And you guys do the opposite. You always make fun of my shoes. Always. You guys always take pictures of my shoes. Anyway, because you guys always make fun of my shoes all the time. They're dog shit. But so what?
Including those from poor
shoes.
Neighborhoods. Despite the fact that purchasing them might cause more financial stress, for many, it's considered a necessity. Critics of spending above your means on luxury items often fail to recognize the underlying effect that these luxury goods can have. For some, their status in society is insecure. Many people who are low income can't afford to appear like they are low income. It's hard to attract a romantic partner if you look like a broke loser, and good luck getting a good job if you show up at an interview looking like someone who's never had a good job before. The most obvious proof that these luxury items act as a necessary status symbol for the middle class is the sheer number of counterfeits that exist. From New York's Canal Street to China's AliExpress, you'll find no shortage of logo-riddled items.
Yeah,
Their quality is usually subpar at best, yet as demand continues to grow. The more extreme income...
Yeah, but fakes don't... It's sometimes about the projected image, yes, but also the projected image it has on you. If you're the one who buys it and who wears it, you feel a certain way about it, regardless of what makes other people feel about it. This is something that people forget a lot of time, dude. Is that a lot of time, it doesn't have to be a flex on somebody else or something you project on somebody else. This is something that does an impact on you and brings something back to you and yourself. And that matters a lot, dude. That does matter. It does, dude. Guys, it just feels good to wear or feel good when they come out of the fucking house, dude. Yeah, I have jackets that are worth more than others, and they're fucking. And it's not that people look at it. I wear them like, oh man, you know what? I spent a lot on this, and I'm wearing it right now, and it feels good, and I don't give a fuck what people think about it. You guys make fun of my red jacket. I love that jacket. Okay, I don't give. Everybody thinks it's ugly. It's not about what the other people are looking at. It's that I look at it. And I like it, and I like the quality of it. I think it's cool.
Inequality becomes, the more pressure people feel to create the impression that they are succeeding.
Hold on.
When the COVID pandemic shut down...
Hold on. No, hold on. Sup? Yo. Sup? Holy. Nah. That shit is hard. Chat. Any thoughts? Chat. Do you guys not like it though? Chat. Look. It's got a nice little fluorescent and shit like that. I think it's lovely. I love the jacket. Anyway. See? You guys to prove my point. You guys to prove my point then. You guys to prove my point then. Is that I know people don't like it, right? I like it. This is why I wear it.
Down nearly everything,
My favorite jacket.
it caused many middle-class folks to lose their jobs and placed significant financial strain on the entire world. You'd think luxury spending would crash during a time of global
She was like
financial
10K, bro.
uncertainty,
The fuck?
yet the exact opposite happened. Moet Hennessy Louis Vuitton, LVMH for short, is the French conglomerate that owns many brands such as Tiffany and Dior. Oddly enough, the last few years has been an incredible growth period for LVMH. Its market cap at one point crossed over $500 billion, and Bernard Arnault, CEO of LVMH, became the richest person alive with a net worth over $200 billion. There's not a singular reason why this happened, but experts point to a few key findings that help tell the story. For one, studies continue to prove that income inequality causes both the
Guys. Listen, this is not the same, chat. This is not the same. Not the same. It is not. Because mine is a Gucci. Do you understand? Do you understand? Mine is a Gucci.
rich to consume more luxury goods as they can afford to, but also that poorer individuals similarly consume more as a means to present themselves as successful. Governments across the world also gave out stimulus checks during.
Also, Google that shit. You know how to find it then, guys. It's not. Guys, I don't mean to flex again, chat. I'm saying Google it, chat. You can't find it. It is not findable or buyable. Not out there.
This period, and many people used it to buy luxury items.
So ugly to take
Perhaps
off the
it's
shelves,
because they didn't know what else to use it for, but studies show it's indicative of a cultural shift regarding how we view luxury. A study from Bain found that Gen Z consumers are starting to buy luxury items some 3 to 5 years earlier than millennials, at 15 years old versus around 18 to 20. Gone are the days where luxury items were exclusively for the rich. Now, it's merely a savings goal for younger generations to eventually purchase these items. Buy now, pay later platforms like Afterpay and luxury resale sites like The RealReal offer even more ways for those financially insecure to partake in this illusion.
People have babies with no money all the time. And if you're so worried about it, why don't you stop buying designer clothes, huh?
I buy everything on eBay. It doesn't count when you're wearing Marc Jacobs from Minneapolis.
As younger generations increase their consumption of luxury goods, these products lose their value as a means to signal wealth. Even in The Simpsons, what was supposed to be a cartoon about a lower middle-class family has now done a collaboration with Balenciaga.
Guys,
It's
it's almost like a horseshoe theory, right? Chat, what is the absolute upper tier of stealth wealth, you think? People who wear like $30,000 fucking jackets that have no brand. It's wearing a jacket that is generally worth $20. You know why? Because they don't even give a fuck about stealth wealth, that they go all the way back to the fucking square one of not giving a fuck about the whole fucking operation.
clear that
That's
mainstream
real
luxury
self-wealth.
fashion brands have begun
about that.
shifting away from targeting the rich and instead towards advertising to the middle class. To rationalize their expensive price relative to quality, these luxury brands are careful to thread the needle between growth and scarcity. Many companies do limited production runs or even destroy their excess inventory to create scarcity. Luxury fashion items have some of the highest margins across all industries, and they keep it that way through projecting a false sense of exclusivity. The idea that luxury has been diluted by the middle class
not
has
entirely false,
resurfaced
though.
many discussions regarding two so-called factions of wealth: old money and new money. Old money would be someone like a member of the Walton family who famously founded Walmart.
Old money isn't worked for most of the time. New money is. That's why the difference, there's some sort of difference in what the people are going to project. People feel a certain way about things that they've earned and they've got to. Some of the people who spawned with it. Old money, a lot of times, is people who spawn with it. And of course, they want to have some sort of projection. But people that got there, of course, they'll have more energy to want it to fucking show that. That's just what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is.
And new money would be someone like your uncle who apparently made millions buying Bitcoin. Being old money suggests a kind of generational familiarity to wealth that doesn't require someone to show it off, compared to new money, which suggests someone didn't grow up rich and has a need or desire to project their newfound wealth. This tension between old money and new money has existed forever, perhaps most famously explored in F. Scott Fitzgerald's The Great Gatsby. Social media, especially since the show's succession, seems to have really obsessed over the idea that old money is classy and new money is trashy, especially when it comes to how they dress.
Oh, this
In the show, when luxury items were worn, they weren't from brands you probably ever heard of, and besides looking well fit and of high quality, they weren't anything you.
Yo. I would rather being made fun of, okay, for growing up broke and making it to a certain degree, right? Than fucking being praised for spawning through life with a high degree of something and being old money. That means that you didn't do fucking nothing. It means you're literally fucking useless. You can't do shit for yourself, and all you do is ride the wave that's already created for you. Fuck you. Fuck you. You are poor. You are poor. You have $1 billion, dude, and you spawn with it, you didn't do anything with it. You are poor. $1 billion? What a fucking loser.
Unique. They are ridiculously expensive, but only other rich people would know. The show clearly suggests that old money has quiet luxury and new money lacks subtlety.
Oh, Pa, and everyone's laughing up their sleeves about your date.
What? Why?
Why? Because she's brought a ludicrously capacious bag.
What?
What's even in there? Huh?
When we think of mainstream luxury brands, the first thing that comes to mind is often clothing that has its logo plastered all over it, but most fashion brands such as Ralph Lauren or Gucci typically also have a secondary sub-brand or style that lacks any obvious signs of branding, while also being higher quality and more expensive. It's kind of like how tech subscriptions have evolved. You can use the cheaper version with ads, or pay for premium and get a higher quality ad-free experience. Funny enough, an entire fashion subculture has now emerged that tries to emulate the old money aesthetic on a budget, which really just seems to be fashion designs like this. Companies like...
But that's the same behavior though. So, chat, the behavior is still the same. It is the same root behavior.
Zara and H&M have capitalized on this trend, and although to some extent this is just another way of projecting a false sense of status, at least it can be far less expensive and not nearly as obnoxious. It goes without saying that not everyone that purchases flashy luxury items are insecure posers.
I don't think you understand
Some just really like the brand, and that's perfectly fine.
Guys, I think it's very, very interesting, chat. This video is actually really good. I think it shows a conclusion that I don't think you're understanding it. People think there's like a couple tiers of things, right? It's like broke, normal, rich, really rich, super, right? And people think that there's only let's say like 3 brackets, and it's like, oh, dude, like I'm showing up to be looking like this, or I want to be, but it's expansive, and every class does it to the next tier. They're just it's a longer scale. It's not just everybody does it.
Fine. Advertising and social media has effectively allowed brands to communicate unique identities around their products, and there's enough variety for everyone to find something they like. There isn't anything inherently wrong with saving up to purchase a luxury item. Often, people do it as a gift to themselves to celebrate an achievement. The problem arises when these are used as a tool to project status, especially during times of economic hardship. While owning a home has become out of reach for many in the middle class, luxury consumption for the same demographic continues to go up. While some may say it's our own fault as our priorities have shifted, perhaps regular folks have merely given up on what used to be attainable, and these luxury brands have done a better job of capitalizing on our insecurities. So the next time you find yourself wanting to splurge on a luxury brand, question the reason you have that desire in the first place.
Nope.
Is it because you actually really like it and think it provides a lot of value per dollar? Or is it something more?
Absolutely not.
Who are you really buying it for? Yourself?
Me.
Or so that others can see you owning it?
Let's go. I enjoyed it. I